Hello everybody, I am back and this is my third thing in my 7 Deadly Sins series. I'm drawing Wrath and I am drawing Donald Duck because he is an angry little duck bitch and he deserves to get punished for whatever he's doing. I mean, he's like really abusive, but as you can see, I got like new pencils, and I'm even doing this in a mid-tone sketchbook that I got from my grandma, because he's a little cutie. So, you know, I just started with sketching, and it actually took me like 3 or 4 tries to get started. And then I ended up just picking a different reference photo. So, yeah, back to Donald Duck being abusive to his nephews. Do you guys just never notice how abusive he actually is to his nephews? He's like really abusive. It's like how has no one called the police in Duckville? Is that what it's called? Like in DuckTales, it's called Duckburg. You know, like in DuckTales, the town is called Duckburg. Yeah. You know, just sketching in everything, doing his arm and hand at the moment. Again, I'm still practicing proportions, but I'm definitely getting there. Well, the reason why you see me move around a lot is like because my mom keeps interrupting me while recording these, and I'm very classy with an ashtray in the corner. I really need to work on like where my camera angles are, because you're not supposed to see that. I've been hit with the winter flu. Well, I don't know if you would call it a flu. There's some coughing and some slime and some snot. So, yeah, I'm staying on top though. I'm still good, but you will hear me sniffle from time to time in this, like that. So right now I'm just correcting proportions and making all like the little details and the yellow stripes, figuring out like the feet and drawing the highlights, because I'm doing this on a mid-tone, so I wanted to work with a white pencil. You'll see at the end it doesn't really show up at all, and I don't know if that's the pencil's fault or the paper's fault, but I'll try and maybe make it more apparent, because you can do some really cool stuff with a mid-tone sketchbook, because you can make white show up on brown paper. So what am I doing? I'm just picking out everything. I don't know why I don't cut this part out. Picking out like markers, and I'm figuring out the colors. Since I have so many like hues or blue and all that, so you can see I do an outline with a gray marker because I don't have a thin black marker, so still need to save up for that. But I'm doing it all in a gray outline, and then of course I go in afterwards with a thick black marker in the end. Just making everything look nice with my little gray marker. And I mean, you can see like it works, you know, gray marker works a lot better than just having thick lines everywhere, because like a thing like line difference can be really important. So, and my chair is still really squeaky. It's a lot less squeaky than it used to be, but it's still pretty squeaky. And I had a lot of trouble with the hat and beak, and like the face in general. I don't know what my problem was with that, but it just did not work out for me. But I figured out in the end, you know. So done with the outline, I go in, you know, do his buttons, do the little details here and there, make it look nice. Then I erase all my construction work, all of the pencils, so you won't see it through, because not the prettiest. I would like a crisp, and there you go. Then I go in with the colors that I picked, you know, yellow for his feet. And yes, that is a kid's marker. It's just more effective because it's like thick. You see, I'm just leaving a little tiny area out on like the edge of his foot because that's where I want the white highlight to be. So, doing his feet in yellow. Doing his beak, of course, that's also yellow. And of course I do the stripes on his sleeve and on his collar. I guess it is, yeah, it is a collar. Go in with red, fill in the little bow tie he's wearing. Then I go in with my thin blue marker for the hat. And I have so many different like hues of blue that I of course left that out. But because I had to charge my camera in between the cuts. But yeah, I looked through all my blues, I found the right blue, and I go in. And again, you can see there's like a little spot on the right edge of his hat. And again, that's for a white highlight. So, also the reason why I speed these things up so much, not because it is a speed drawing, but because working with tiny markers takes a long ass time. The original footage was about 40 minutes long, so, you know, and now that I actually look at it, his hand looks really weird. I don't know if that's just the angle of the camera, because I can't really get like a smooth top down view of it, but his hand does look a little weird. Correcting my gloves, making sure my hand doesn't cramp up, because that happens. Just trying to make sure that everything is nice and even, which is hard when you're working with a 0.03 marker. This is a very tiny marker. It's extremely tiny, and that's what I work with most of the time, which is why many of my drawings look very uneven in their colors, because I just get lazy and my hand starts to hurt, and like it just looks like my hand is vibrating most of the time, because like moving my arm feels weird, and also, you know, I don't have a lot of room or anything. So, yeah. So once I'm done with all the blue, I go in and fill in the black with my 1.5, fill in all the highlights, and I fill in his body with white, because that is the reason I use midtone to start with. And you can kind of see it on the camera. You can't really see it in real life. You can kind of see it on the camera that I fill just everything that's not colored in with white, because Donald Duck is white. So I just go in with a pencil and fill all that in, because I don't have a white marker yet. You know, just fill in everything, the eyes, the body, his little thing on his hat. Go in and do a thick outline of everything, because it just looks nice, looks very neat. And I try and actually make it as fluent as possible, but I don't, like, all my brush tips are pretty much out of ink. But you know, I try to work with some line variation. So, go in and fill the little spot that I missed. Fill in his arm to make that stand out a little more, since it is in front of everything else. I do his bow tie, just to get some definition on that, because you couldn't really see it otherwise. And then I go in and sign it really messily, and try and do a white outline, and there you go. Donald Duck, my submission for Wrath. Bye bye. Hi, here's my beautiful face. This is about as festive as I'm gonna get. A little green bow on my head. So, I just wanted to say, before you go, don't forget to kick that like button. Like, really just beat it to the ground. Very festive Christmas style. Just don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, favorite, and also don't forget to click the little bell, the little teeny tiny bell that comes next to the subscribe button, so you get a notification when I post a new video, which should be every Sunday at 8 o'clock my time. Okay, bye bye.